First, I just wanted to let you know that I am delighted to be here today to chat with you. We have a proposal today that leverages partnerships and existing assets across Tulsa, requires no ongoing city maintenance. It's equally distributed across all of the city. It meets most, if not all, of the proposal stipulations that you have outlined. Just a list of many of the partners that the library traditionally works with, as well as partners we have talked to about this specific proposal. And you'll see scattered throughout some beautiful visions of libraries from across the country and around the world to inspire you, and that we've taken great inspiration from. First, just to ground us in the mission of the library, we truly believe that libraries change lives, that in a literate world one must read in order to be successful. Just a quick list of all of our city locations so you can see kind of how we cover every council district and across all of the city. And then just wanted to focus on three of our chief goals. Number one, that the children of Tulsa County grow up to be able to compete globally, that the library will be an engine of economic growth, and the library will be a center of community, lifelong learning, reading, and access to information for all. We're aligned with Impact Tulsa, a citywide initiative. We're really focused on moving to outcomes tracking, where we track how many children we're helping get ready for kindergarten, how many kids we're helping with high-stakes testing, how many kids we're helping graduate from high school, get into college, how many adults we're helping to get jobs. And I have more information on that for you. And then a really important thing that we do is our adult literacy program, and that is how many adults we're helping learn to read. Never judge an adult who struggles with reading. You have to be pretty smart to get on in this world not being able to read. Just quickly, I'm not going to read these all to you. You can. Not everyone maybe in the room can. We have over 2.7 million visits. This is for Tulsa City proper. Over 3 million checkouts. Our meeting rooms are highly used with over 133,000 people using them. Computer access, well over 1 million, both wirelessly and stationary computers. Great use of the library. Over 75% of households are accessing the library. That number's recently gone up. And just a lot of use and a lot of volunteers helping us with our mission. So looking at economic development and stability, we really truly believe that at Tulsa City County Library, the library means business. So we believe that business practitioners, whether they reside in Tulsa or they just landed at the Tulsa airport this morning, have 13 branch offices of their business across Tulsa. We have Wi-Fi, computer printers, copiers, scanners, fax service, wireless printing, access to over 3,000 digital newspapers from the Washington Post to even the Tulsa World. Business databases. We have FedEx boxes at every one of our library locations, so you could create a presentation and get it sent today to arrive tomorrow. And most importantly, clean restrooms. A recent study we commissioned indicates that Tulsa City County Library helped over 9,000 people find jobs. That is county-wide, but that is greater than the workforce at the American Airlines facility, our largest private employer. Libraries do mean economic stability. Here we see two libraries. One is in one of the most impoverished neighborhoods in Washington, D.C., on top, the Anacostia Library, and the other is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and another it's a beacon in that neighborhood. And libraries can be beautiful community anchors and gathering places, and a few of ours are. They are unique treasures and unique assets and existing treasures. They hold up a community and they serve as vital resources, and they enjoy and deserve broad and substantial public support. On to connectivity and transportation. Next slide. So we are working with Tulsa Transit. We've met with them to make libraries more accessible to transit riders. We're moving routes to libraries and proposing sidewalks, bike racks, controlled crosswalks where none exist to aid pedestrians and bicyclists, as well as shelters. So here's a map right now of existing routes, and while many of them look close to libraries, some are a little far afield, and so we've, as I said, met with Transit to talk about moving those routes to make them more accessible to the libraries. Also, we have great trail access for bicyclists and others on the trails. The libraries are almost all located right next to one of the city and county trails. And libraries will remain official use service of Tulsa Safe Place locations. On to healthy community. We've met with the health department here in the county, and they have access to over 70 partners willing to assist us with nutrition and food security, easy exercise programs, smoking cessation, alcohol abstinence for those that struggle. We'd really like to market this program as small steps to big health. Many times if we talk to someone about improving the health in our life, they say, great, let's meet at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're going to forage for mushrooms, or we're going to meet Councilor Gilbert at the park over on 51st and Yale, and we're going to start running, and soon we'll all be marathoners. That usually makes people's eyes roll back in their heads. So we want to talk about the small steps that we can achieve to big health. We're looking at putting in demonstration kitchens into the library, holding nutritional cooking classes, partnering with the food bank and health department as well as local chefs. Not doing gourmet cooking necessarily, looking at doing healthy food, healthy eating programs, and making the libraries places where people can meet and outside providers from the health department and others can come in. We're looking at offering food handler permits, and, which is something we do already at one of our locations, but expanding that to all, and then having shopping for healthy living classes. Book discussion. So this is one of my favorite books, Eat This, Not That. It's not about foraging for mushrooms or the millage, the mill on your oatmeal. It's about, if you like these cereals, why don't you consider these? They're healthy choices. And if you deploy the things in this book, which goes over fine dining establishments like TGI Fridays and Carl's Jr. and others, it tells you what choices you can make to live healthier. We'd like to employ demonstration gardens.
Are you saying Frosted Flakes are bad for you?
I'm not saying that, sir, but mini wheats are better.
Okay.
Demonstration gardens at all libraries. Next. Looking at incorporating yoga and Zumba classes, community-wide step count. I hope you'll ask me about Find Your Sport, a youth program we'd like to propose, and unique play equipment, as well as emphasizing the trail proximity. The library would align with Governor Fallon's non-smoking child ed facility property policy, and have classes and group discussions such as the Stop Smoking program that doesn't ask you to stop, but presents instead data consequences and the costs. We'd like to offer the library to hold daily AA book studies in library meeting rooms to get existing Alcoholics Anonymous groups to help start as a service commitment. And then emphasize the little things we all can do to grow our community health measures, such as Meatless Mondays and Take the Stairs Fridays. In terms of education, the library would expand the library's 4 pre-literacy toddler programs to all locations and expand the number of STEM-based maker spaces. Incorporate outdoor reading areas. And then let's just look at 2 examples quickly. How about a Kendall Whittier superhero library, or AKA the Fortress of Solitude in Kendall Whittier? Next slide. How about taking advantage of all the home improvement that goes on in the Nathan Hale area and have the Nathan Hale do-it-yourself DIY home improvement library? So this proposal leverages partnerships and existing assets. It requires no ongoing city maintenance. It's equally distributed across the city in all council districts, and the proposal achieves the council's goals of economic development, stabilization, connectivity, health improvement, and education. So as far as the proposal, the donors have already contributed to city libraries in the form of the Central Library, $30 million. The library's brought $15 million, and the city has already invested via Improve Our Tulsa dollars at $10 million. This proposal, we're looking for an equal match, not for 1 building, but for 12 additional buildings to bring the greatest library system, but improve our health measures, and again, no ongoing cost for the city. And the nice thing about this proposal, because we're talking about individual buildings, that the money doesn't have to be all there up front. We can build as the money comes in. Thank you.